we're not in your mix. We're not in your mix, like ever. We never want to be in your mix. we don't want.
We don't want to party with you.
We don't want to party with you. We don't want anything from you. Half the time we don't even like your makeup. So it's like,
he does not understand black culture. He doesn't understand any culture, because why does he have a video where he's got a bunch of guns laid out in front of him, like he's got, you know, mob ties, but he's currently trying to deal with that problem in
surrounded by a bunch of choppers. You're the Canadian chopper slinger now.
Oh my God.
You the Toronto trigger squeezer now.
Huh? Drake just pulled real guns in a music video and aimed threats straight at Kendrick Lamar. But guess who wasn't impressed? Pusha T stepped in to call Drake out for trying way too hard to act tough. You'd think Drake learned his lesson after catching that massive L in the beef with Kendrick. But nope, it's 2025 and the man's out here threatening to shoot like he's in a mob flick. Don't freeze up now. Drake's once again playing mob boss on camera, but this stunt completely blew up in his face. Fans are roasting him online, saying he's out here flexing with guns.
Favorite Twitter pages are being paid to slander Clips the week of their album release. Man, I've been waiting to have a conversation with y'all like this for a little minute. So yesterday, Kirko, a famous page on Twitter, posted Clip's upcoming album, Let God Sort 'Em Out, has reportedly surfaced online days before its official release, and they turned their comments off. Now, Kirko has posted like when songs leak and stuff, but usually when big albums are about to come out or albums that people are talking about, like Hurry Up Tomorrow, for instance, The Weeknd's album leaked a couple days before the album drop, or some songs leaked at least, and they didn't necessarily post it, so I did find that weird.
While at the same time crying to his label about how the Kendrick beef ruined his repping career, like how you gonna play gangster one day and file a lawsuit the next. But the real heat, it came from none other than Pusha T. As you already know, Clips finally dropped their long-awaited comeback album, and yes, that Kendrick collab is still on it, even though Def Jam allegedly tried to force Pusha to cut it. And now PCIA is spilling all the behind-the-scenes drama about who tried to sabotage Clips' return, and how Drake's little gun stunt connects to all of it. This is their first album in 15 years, and it's called Let God Sort 'Em Out, Major Vibes. Right before the drop, Pusha T posted a slick message aimed straight at Drake without even saying his name. He wrote on IG, "Can't nothing stop this greatness. The lies are very telling. The people will never believe these smear campaigns." Whoo! Fans instantly knew who he meant, especially after reports came out that Drake was paying shady accounts to bash the Clips album, even though they hadn't even listened to it.
But I mean, y'all don't think it's extremely corny for him to be in a video surrounded by guns?
No, absolutely it is.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all don't think that's extremely corny?
Yeah. But the song, honestly, it just sounds like another good hit Drake. I mean, a good Drake hit. It don't really sound like.
I don't even know if it's. I don't even know if it's.
I wouldn't say.
I
wouldn't say a hit.
It don't.
It's a cool
I mean,
record.
like another Drake, you know,
Like
single.
the vibe.
Like okay, cool, like a vibey single.
Why is he in the video surrounded by guns? What is the point?
Because
you want to go to war because you go off the rap battle?
He said nobody cared till they in front of your tombstone. So yeah,
I'm not mad at it. I just don't love the record. It's a cool record.
Why
I
is
just don't
he
love
in
it.
the video surrounded by guns?
It was a reference to something, but I can look up the
Aubrey
reference.
Gun Graham.
Man, he really
AR Graham now. That's who you are now. You're AR Graham.
Oh my.
This record would make a lot of sense if Drake hadn't said nothing for the last year and a half.
If
He hadn't said a word, no lawsuits, no nothing, hadn't said nothing. He just came out, what did I miss? I didn't know what y'all was on. Like, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
But you in the video surrounded by a bunch of choppers. You're the Canadian chopper slinger now.
Oh my God.
See, I'm just not. It's cool.
You the Toronto trigger squeezer now.
This guy's crazy.
Huh? What's going on?
You are so, I know that man talk about you in therapy. You are so triggering.
Why y'all? But why, man? That's just tone deaf. You in a video surrounded by guns. You lost the rap battle. It is what it is. You got your ass handed to you for the past year and some change. Now you back with the choppers.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Y'all just
It's not
y'all cool with
okay.
that.
For weeks now, Drake stans been flooding timelines with hate, saying stuff like Clips is irrelevant and this is the worst rap album I've ever heard. One even said they should be ashamed for dropping this. Mind you, these dudes are almost 50 and still rapping better than half the game. Y'all, this is wild. Someone posted, "I'm gonna laugh watching people try to hype this up. Glad Clips is struggling." They straight up said Clips should worry about making good music instead of name dropping more famous rappers just to get attention. According to them, Clips waited years to drop an album, only to rely on corny social media tricks to promote it, just to get overshadowed by a Justin Bieber drop, a Travis Scott single, and Drake headlining Wireless Fest all in the same weekend. They even joke, that's the total opposite of a coke high for them. Brr! And it didn't stop there. Drake fans weren't having it with Pusha T's post about smear campaigns either. One person on X fired back saying, "There is no smear campaign. No one gives an F about Clips in real life, hasn't for 4 presidents." Then they added that Clips is gearing up for a tour but can't even fill 20% of the seats. They're saying Clips is only crying foul because the truth hit them hard. But here's what Pusha's supporters are saying. This whole OVO noise is just a smokescreen to distract from the real story. Drake just dropped another awkward diss track and music video, and it's getting dragged. Fans are calling it a weak move, especially after all that talk about being done with beef. So yeah, Drake came out with a new single over the weekend called "What Did I Miss?" And let's just say, people definitely noticed. And here we go again, Drake's back at it, whining about how folks abandoned him during his beef with Kendrick and switched sides.
So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now. Nerd. Stop it. Stop it, brother. Yeah. Blessings. Blessings. Big up yourself.
He even dropped this new track on the 1-year anniversary of Kendrick's Not Like Us, so yeah, it's pretty clear this was meant as a clapback, but instead of hitting hard, it flopped fast. Fans were not feeling it. People jumped on X saying he's always stuck in victim mode, even though he's the one constantly sneak dissing people, then acting hurt when they fire back. One person tweeted,
and for them to have, the energy of a censorship level of energy, like, no, we're not putting this out. You stop, talking to my management team.
Drake always playing victim. He's the fake one, trying to control friends. Didn't work for you, huh? Another added, I wish folks would finally realize Drake got a full-on martyr complex. Even in his latest track, What Did I Miss?, he's still playing that everyone's against me card. Kendrick already called this out in Euphoria. He said Drake's not about that real battle rap life. And fans seem to agree. And don't forget, Drake's also in the middle of a huge legal mess, suing his label over those disturbing PDF allegations. He claims the label let Kendrick defame him without stepping in. But the crazy part, in What Did I Miss?, Drake dropped some wild lyrics that got people raising eyebrows fast.
And for me, at that point, I was like, man, this shit reminds me too much of 2018. And reminds me of everything that happened, within that year and a half.
Your battle with Drake.
Right, but I mean, just the censorship of it and the things that, were stopped and halted and verses and so on and so forth. I was like, oh, this is a real situation.
He actually raps. She might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Bruh, what? People knew what he was implying, and it made things way worse. After the internet just finished clowning him for being called a certified PDF file in Kendrick's viral diss, the last thing he should have done was spit bars like that. But if the lyrics weren't bad enough, the music video for What Did I Miss really had people clowning him all over again. So in the music video, Drake's just standing in his backyard, surrounded by guns, like actual firearms lined up all around him. But instead of looking tough,
after Added On, or whatever, there were quite a few records that were stopped, put a, like, yo, we're not doing this, or was, just basically shelved. and it
Your
was
verses,
yeah,
for
my
instance, on the
verses.
Pop Smoke album.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. But the telling part was when they would get the lyrics wrong.
Oh, sure.
So it one day I forget what song this was, but there was a Pop Smoke song that definitely was that had bars in it.
By you.
But, yes, but then there was another that didn't, and they thought it did. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Because, you know, you're interpreting something totally wrong.
Fans say the whole thing comes off super corny. People are calling it a failed attempt to look dangerous, and the first one to say it out loud, Charlemagne. On The Breakfast Club, he called Drake out for being extremely corny and basically cosplaying a shooter. That's rough. Now, of course, Drake's fans are scrambling to defend him, saying everybody missed the point. According to them, the guns weren't about looking tough, they were symbolic. They pointed out that all the weapons are pointed at Drake, even 2 sniper rifles aimed right at him while he stands in the middle. The message, he's under attack from every direction, but he's still standing tall and handling business. That's what his supporters are claiming anyway, but others aren't buying it. They're saying Drake's not sending a message. He's poking the bear again and throwing subliminal shots at Kendrick. One user on X said, Kendrick's a street dude. He's really about that life. Drake's not. He's out here pretending, crying in court about threats while still dissing people and flashing guns. Another person added, he's in the middle of a legal case, then drops a video full of weapons, talking revenge, and even goes on live stream threatening to assault or kill somebody.
In your mind, they were being overly sensitive about you rapping about another artist signed to that label. Drake, a huge artist under the Universal banner. And they were sort of playing referee. He was getting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander calls, is what you're saying.
For sure. For sure.
And at that point, you said, all right, I'll keep it moving. You put out Story of Adidon on SoundCloud instead of commercially. The Pop Smoke
that happened.
Removed.
The verses get removed. A couple verses get removed. I move on.
Right.
I just move on musically.
Right.
You know.
So then, fast forward to 2024.
Fast forward, yeah.
Drake and Kendrick do their thing.
Boom.
Drake files a lawsuit.
Boom.
You play them your new song with a Kendrick verse on it.
Boom.
How do they react?
Now, mind you, the energy up to that point is everybody's clamoring, oh, new album's coming, so on and so forth. Excitement. Everybody's ready. Listen, we 10 songs, 11 songs, 12 songs away. I mean, you know, close. We show up with the Kendrick verse, and everything's halted. It's halted. It's said that it will not be put out. They just didn't want to put it out. They would not speak via email.
They don't want anything in writing.
Yeah, the label would not send emails.
Nothing in writing.
Nothing in writing to my management. They would call my management, 10 times in a row, trying to get all of this, trying to, just plead their case. Now, there was nothing even to be, they didn't like the optic. In my opinion, they didn't like the optics
of 2 Drake foes teaming up.
Right.
Yeah. Did there a line they pinpointed?
Censor? They pinpointed a line where the phrase trump card was used. Right? And so stupid. Like, it's like the phrase trump card was used, and they said that they didn't want any problem with Trump or something like that as well.
Unrelated to
unrelated.
Totally
even unrelated. Yeah, totally unrelated.
Just a Trump.
Yeah.
A Trump.
Yeah.
So you felt like they were looking for something.
Of course, they were looking for
to halt the optics.
1000%. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Fans are saying you can't play both sides. You're either a victim or a villain. Yeah, Drake really missed the mark with this one. In case you didn't catch it, fans were dragging a moment from his recent live stream where he was literally driving around in a box truck to preview his upcoming album, Iceman. But then, some kids on bikes rolled up and yelled the B word at him, clearly quoting Kendrick's Not Like Us. And what did Drake do? He snapped back, cursing at them and warning that the kid could get shot. But let's be real, just like most of Drake's tough talk, it didn't actually sound scary. It sounded more like he was trying too hard again. People were calling it cringy, not threatening. And just so you know, this all went down in Toronto, which explains why Drake was putting on that heavy Toronto accent the whole night. Folks weren't buying the tough guy act, and it only added to the clowning. Now back to Pusha T, who's not letting up at all. Just days before dropping the new album, he did an interview with GQ and straight up called Drake out for that lawsuit against UMG over Not Like Us. Push didn't hold back. He said, "I don't rate him no more. The suing thing is bigger than some rap stuff. I just don't rate you." Woo! Push is clearly not here for the victim act or the court games. Damn, it's wild how all this legal drama starts to water down the art. Pusha T made it clear. Once lawsuits and litigation start creeping into rap beefs, it kills the spirit of the game. Like, what are we even doing this for? And then things got even messier. Pusha revealed that Def Jam actually tried to get him to ask Kendrick to censor his verse on the Clips track Chains and Whips just because they were scared Kendrick might go in too hard on Drake. But Push wasn't having it. He refused to censor Kendrick at all. Then Def Jam hit back and told him to take the whole track off the album. Push stood his ground again, and that's when things got real. Def Jam dropped Clips from the label completely. But instead of folding, Clips signed a brand new distribution deal with Roc Nation and kept it moving. Push opened up about the behind-the-scenes chaos in a new interview with Elliott Wilson, revealing how Def Jam started nitpicking Kendrick's verse, applying non-stop pressure to delete the song from the project. But Push held the line, and he didn't stop there. He compared this whole label mess to what went down back in 2018 when he dropped the story of Adidon and exposed Drake for hiding a child. That track shook the game. Then in another recent convo with Pop, Pusha said things got shady after that diss dropped. He claimed several of his songs were quietly shelved, like the industry was punishing him for going too hard at Drake. The beef wasn't just personal, it had real consequences behind the scenes. Push explained that he really tried to move past all the drama. But when Def Jam came back around pulling the same stunt with Chains and Whips, he knew it was time to stand his ground. According to Push, the label cooked up a lame excuse, saying they wanted the song taken off the album because he used the phrase Trump card, and they didn't want problems with Donald Trump. But Pusha called cap on that. He said the real reason was to protect Drake because they couldn't handle the idea of two of Drake's biggest rivals teaming up on a track. Now Push tried to act like Chains and Whips isn't even about Drake, but let's be honest. The title alone screams Subliminal. It's a direct callback to Churchill Downs, Drake's collab with Jack Harlow. Remember that line where Drake said, "All I hear is plug talk coming from middlemen"? That was a clear jab at Push. Then he throws shade at Kendrick with tall tales coming from little men, whips and chains like a dominatrix. So yeah, Chains and Whips, that name ain't no coincidence. Now the big question is, what's Drake gonna do next? He's been teasing his upcoming album Iceman, and even though he hasn't dropped a release date, he already told fans it's coming this year. After taking that major L in the Kendrick beef, people thought he finally got the message and was gonna stay in his R&B lane, especially after that Smooth project with Party Next Door. But nope, here we are. Drake's back to flexing guns, throwing threats, and trying to keep the beef alive. And just recently, he posted on Instagram hinting that Iceman is about to shake things up again. He wrote, "I grew up non-confrontational and always treated this game as a sport where my pen won gold. But these days, the podium has been hard for all of us to ignore. I understand that this next chapter may leave you feeling uneasy, but I hope you see my honesty as clarity, not charity." That answers some questions, especially about the unanswered texts you've been sending me. Whew, sounds like more shots are coming. Will Iceman deliver the smoke Drake's promising, or will it backfire again? Let us know what you think. Drop a comment, like the vid, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share this with your crew. We'll catch you in the next one.